Hey, happy Saturday. Welcome back to the Lancaster Chamber of Commerce, Minding Your Business, on News Talk 1380. Chris Spicher, Antelope Valley Florist, Aaron Goldstein, co-host. Who's our next guest?
Our next guest is John Joyce from Joyce Media.
Hey, John.
Chris, how are you?
Great. Boy, it is great to see you. We've known each other a long time.
Since we were presidents of our respective clubs, Rotary clubs, back in 83 or 81, someplace around
So
in
you were
there.
the Palmdale Club, and
Correct.
you lived in Acton,
Yes,
along with your lovely wife,
Gail.
Gail,
Mhm.
and 12 children?
Oh, I wish. No, only
Oh.
8.
Only 8. Oh, well.
You told me
12.
4 more.
There were a lot. There were a lot.
A lot to put through college, but happy to say they all made it, got their degrees, and have left.
And some even are on some of your many videos, your YouTube videos.
Yes. We've done almost 1,700 videos, YouTubes now, with our publications.
And your views are 280, 290,000?
450,
Really?
I believe, yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, Aaron's going to have a couple of YouTube questions for you.
Okay.
Tell me a little bit about Joyce Media.
Joyce Media is a publishing company, started publishing textbooks in Northridge, and over the years migrated into community publications, online and in print, as we are today.
So it started in print. You saw
Textbooks, yes.
but then
Yes.
in print newspapers.
Yes,
You saw there was a need.
yes,
So you've got the Rosamond News
yes,
and Lake Los Angeles
correct.
and Acton, agua, dulce.
That's correct, yes. 3 outlying communities for you people that live in the city in Lancaster.
Yeah. You know, the Antelope Valley is a small place, but still we think it's all about wherever we live.
True,
And
True.
we drive 50 miles every day. You probably drive more.
yeah, I do.
But people go, why would I want to drive? Why? It's like, we have to. It's not as bad as Los Angeles.
Oh, no.
There's no traffic.
No, you're right.
There's nice people in each of these communities.
In each of the communities, yes, that's true, and we've enjoyed working in all 3 communities. Rosamond is in Kern County. Lake Los Angeles is so far out, you would think it's
Its own little
a
world.
different area, and it is
Yeah.
its own different world. Shirley Harrington does a great job of reporting out there for us.
So she's your journalist there.
She lives right there. She's an ex-Walt Disney employee.
Wow.
Knows a ton of stuff about pictures and writing, and fills the Lake LA News with first-class professional articles every week.
Wow.
Yeah.
So, see, I'm having a discovery moment here. The instant, you've been doing it for 20 years and you're being discovered.
Yeah. Well, but that happens. Isn't that part of life? I mean, we think we know, but the older we get, we realize, man, I only know a teeny little bit of what really is going on.
So you're a journalist
Yes,
and a editor, publisher,
correct.
and then how did you get involved in the videos?
Well, it's a natural progression. In 2008, Apple computers started putting iPhoto and iMovie on their machines. So I investigated that, and then YouTube started up, and Google bought them, and they were free. And that appealed to me, to be able to put it there free and broadcast it. I thought I saw great potential.
So who's shooting for you? You're not shooting all these videos.
A variety of people. In fact, the digital age has made community publications more comprehensive because many people now on their iPhone can take a video, send it in,
Right.
send a clip in. We do a lot of them. Amanda, across the way there, she's making another one right now. We have stringers, individual people. We hire high school students to take high school football games or volleyball games. So that's how we merged into it. The idea today is, as you know, is to be in front of the eyes, wherever the eyes are, wherever the people are, be there, and your publication will get noticed.
I gotta make some notes here, 'cause really.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've always thought it was where there's a crowd, but you need eyes.
No, I disagree. The money is in individual pockets. And if you want the money, you go to the individual pocket.
Wherever those eyes are.
Wherever they are, yeah. And people are only interested in a few things, really. Race car people are interested in cars. Dog people are interested in dogs, you know. Sports people, sports. Very few people are interested in the rainbow of community issues.
But are they interested in feel-good stories?
Oh, always. We have one in Rosamond today. Larry Balecki, who built a backyard train set for his grandkids.
Oh, this is at the air park.
This
The
is
Sky
at the
Park.
air park in
Yeah.
Rosamond. He's a retired Lockheed Martin engineer,
Wow.
and he built for, he says under $1,000, but I look at it and I say, Larry,
He might
you
have
can
dropped
go
his
to
syrup.
hell for lying just as well as stealing. And but he says there was a lot of trial and error, but what he finally settled on only cost him under $1,000. But he rides his grandchildren around in that. Took a YouTube. We
Yeah.
have it up already.
Yeah.
A feel-good story. A
Yeah.
great story.
About the nice people that are in our world.
He is. He's one of the nice ones. Yeah, and from Lockheed Martin, he knows all about electricity. He has his engineering degree and things like that. But, you know, the fair is coming up, and so in the Acton Agua Dulce news, we have all the 4-H kids
Yeah.
heading to the fair, bringing all their animals. And we have done backup stories.
Yeah, this airs Saturday, and the auction is this Thursday, the 25th.
Correct.
You'll be over there?
I usually do.
Yeah.
If
The
people
breakfast-
pay their bills and I have money to spend.
Well, the breakfast is free,
Yeah.
so, and the parking is
Thanks
free.
for reminding me. I'll be sure to be there for the breakfast at least.
It's a long day, though. The auction takes place, all the families, all the kids, everybody's in
That's right.
uniformed, all the animals.
Yes.
And, you know, part of the story also is, where does our food come from?
Good point.
Yeah,
Good point. Yeah. Yeah.
not from the store.
No, not from the cooling cabinet. No, and the kids get a great experience raising the animals and then having to part with the animal, sell the animal. It's a great maturing exercise for them.
Right, family.
Yeah, yeah.
And you're talking about this before it happens instead of like, this is what happened yesterday.
Well, we do some of that, but
Yeah.
but the stories are the amount of effort these kids, 4-H kids, put into their feeding their animals, currying their animals, giving shots to their animals. You know, every day they have to feed the animals. That's really the story for us ahead of time.
Yeah.
And then afterwards, whoever gets the ribbons, we do some of that too.
And the flowers. Have you seen the-
Never miss the flowers.
Well, this is a full-time job for you.
Yes. With our helpers too. We have a crew like Amanda. And
Now, how do you find somebody like Amanda? How did you find Amanda? Or how does she find you?
Amanda is an aggressive person looking for excitement and work to learn things. And she started with us as a casual laborer, taking envelopes out of letters that came back that went to the wrong address. But she was so good at it, and she brought in her sisters who were really good at it, and we saw how she managed them, and we said, Amanda, have you ever thought of media as a career? And she said no, and she left and went some other place, but then she came back and said, you know, on second thought, maybe there's something there for me. That's how we found her.
That's how you started.
Well, no, I'm asked, how did you start, and what was your reason for starting, and I said hunger. I needed to pay for food. That's how I started. So I started with the San Fernando Sun. I started doing movie reviews for the San Fernando Sun. And I got so sick of going to movie screenings that I said, you know.
That'd be horrible, wouldn't it?
Yeah, I mean.
Aaron's goes, what's
I'll
wrong?
do it.
Yeah. Okay, you do it for a while, but if you do one every night, pretty soon you're going to not want to do it anymore. But anyway, that was the start.
Well, that's what we learned from Rotary is you want the best person in that vocation.
Yeah.
Somebody who loves what they're doing and
Right.
has a passion for it.
Correct.
And then you're going to have a great newspaper, and you're going to have great video shots, you're going to have great flower arrangements and service because somebody is excited about what they're doing.
It's true. It's true, and so many people in our community fulfill that for us. Flowers, firemen, policemen, teachers. It's great.
Great community, and you just recently joined the Antelope Valley Board of Trade.
Yes,
And
I'm
you
excited.
say I've been nagging you for 30 years.
Not nagging, but inviting me.
Inviting.
And I just haven't had the time, but lately I've been able to get more time.
Well, now
I'm looking forward to
it's
it.
coming real clear to me how we can let the story of community kind of make this area even a better place.
Yeah, good.
So that's what we're going to talk about next.
Okay.
We'll be right back. We're talking with John Joyce, Joyce Media.
Okay, 3, 2, 1.
Hey, happy Saturday. You're back with the Lancaster Chamber of Commerce show, Minding Your Business. I'm Chris Spicher, Antelope Valley Florist. We got part 2 of our show, and Aaron Goldstein. Who are we talking to?
We're talking to John Joyce from Joyce Media.
That's what I thought. He looked familiar. And what's the question?
So the question is, how would you feel about covering a huge event at some point like E3?
E3, and you mean like maybe sending a couple of reporters down there to shoot some video?
Yeah.
Well, a big event like that for our community, which is Acton, Agua Dulce, Lake LA, Rosamond, the bigger media spend hundreds of thousands of dollars on cameras and reporters and broadcast the airwaves with it, you know. That's not our niche. Our niche really is the people that live in our communities. Who's getting married, who hit the home run at the Little League game, who scored the soccer goal, who passed away, what new businesses started up. Because you won't see that on any of the other big news people. That's our audience. That's who we cater to. So I would feel uncomfortable going down to the Rams game, although they send us tickets, and we do go on the sideline. But for us, the biggest story always is the interview with the individual player who happens to be a Paraclete graduate or a Palmdale High graduate or Antelope Valley High graduate.
Yeah.
That's what people read. They don't care about the superstar from someplace else that's making millions.
Who's that Highland High School graduate that is going to win the gold at
Look at that.
Rio?
See, I'd love
Wow.
an interview there. That's close enough. Yeah.
So let me ask the question another way, because we're kind of interested in chasing stories that have a big footprint, and we're looking for a way to get into the E3 event next year. That maybe I see that you every once in a while have stringers and people that go for stories.
True. Well, I'm still not sure what you're trying to entrap me into. But explain to me a little bit more.
I like to take, I kind of think of myself sometimes, and I know the interview is about you, but don't you feel like Huell Hauser sometimes? I mean, look, you're even wearing the shirt.
I've been.
Yeah.
People have said you remind me of Huell Hauser, and I
You
feel
just-
very complimented because
Right.
he did wonderful stories.
Yes, he did.
Yeah.
And they were just stories and just conversations.
Correct.
So I like to take it on the road sometimes. I've been over to Barrett Jackson to the auction over there,
I see.
and I had a media credential for that. I didn't
Oh.
know you're going to get in for free.
Oh,
But I did some stories.
uh-huh,
And it has a little footprint because the Ford people contacted me and said, hey,
Yeah.
we want to give you a test drive.
sure.
And, you know, we want to show you the new pickup truck. And that was kind of fun. And it was a
Sure.
big story.
Yes,
So as a guy leaving the Antelope Valley and going out into the big world,
sure.
I mentioned Diane down there at Santa Clarita,
Mm-hmm.
talking about her trail that disappeared. I think that would be a neat story.
Yeah, yeah.
Something that I don't think CBS is going to come out and interview her,
No,
but it's in our backyard.
true.
So we thought about this event next year,
Mm-hmm.
and sometimes the local media here is real careful about who they have represent them.
Oh, I see.
So
I see. Well, yes, we certainly would be open to any suggestions. We do take suggestions. We do issue short-term credentials for people to go to the Antelope Valley Fair, for example, right here. The Raiders game, when the Raiders were in town, Al Davis treated the media so well
Wow.
that we, out of obligation, had to write good stories. He at 11:30 before the game, he would have a prime rib lunch for the media.
And you didn't have to.
He didn't have to. We would go have lunch, then we'd go sit in our assigned seat. He would bring sandwiches and soft drinks. After every quarter, he would hand us all the statistics. We didn't have to keep any statistics of first downs or anything like that. He would hand them to us. Al was a great guy. I never wrote a bad story about the Raiders during that whole time.
Even if
But-
something came up, you were in a great,
Yeah,
great
yeah.
mood.
And we had a writing pass and we had a photography pass. And sometimes I couldn't make it, so I would assign people to do that. And they really enjoyed it. You get to go on down on the sidelines and see how big a pro football player really is, you know, and how hard John Elway could throw the ball and things like that. It was exciting for people. So yes, we're recognized media outlets, and we do give credentials for certain things on good stories. But remember, we're always evaluating the story, how our readers, how our 10,000 subscribers, paid subscribers,
Right.
online and in print, how are they going to be bored with it, or are they going to be excited about it? And like I said before, they're mostly excited about stuff that's happening
Right.
in their town.
Did you notice that the world has changed in the last few years? I mean, you and I haven't changed, but there's like not everybody's in the same age category.
Yeah. True enough.
Yeah.
And those that have gone on ahead, I hope they're inspiring us to accomplish some of the things that they accomplished when they were here. I look around for the wonderful. Look at your dad. I mean, he refurbished 35 desks, put it on a trailer, took them down to Nogales,
Old school desks.
Sonora, and donated them to a school across the border. That was terrific. I would do the same story like that today, but those kind of stories are few and far between.
Well, that guy in his backyard in Rosamond was building the train. That was pretty neat.
Yeah, Larry did a wonderful job at that.
You know, speaking of high tech, I was going to
Yeah.
ask you QR codes. Tell me about those little checkerboard things, QR codes.
Great, easy way to get online using your smartphone, your iPhone, because if you get a QR code reader, you just aim it at that and it'll go right to the YouTube.
Well, that's just an app on your phone, right?
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah, and that's so convenient. You'll see on Larry's story about the riding train in his backyard. You'll hit that QR code.
QR code right there.
And you'll be right there. You'll be right there. You'll see his grandchild riding in the train.
That's kind of high tech.
It's convenient. Instead of typing in all of those letters and numbers and stuff.
So you're not nervous about somebody walking away from your newspaper?
No. In
They
fact,
start
I'll
watching
do
the
it.
video and they put your newspaper
Yeah.
down, and then
That's right.
all
See,
your
there's my
advertisers.
QR code
There,
reader.
let me get the QR.
And I'll just Sometimes you gotta get the light, there you go.
And I gotta
See?
quit wiggling the paper.
Boom.
Got it.
And there, now
It's in there forever, too.
there's Larry, see?
Yeah.
There's Larry in his backyard.
I like building things.
I like the way you,
Built an airplane.
So
I
how
got
long
some
are the
attachment
videos? What's the
made.
ideal video?
Build a lot of little things.
You know, we started
And
at 9 minutes. YouTube had a 9-minute limit. But if you were good with the rules about YouTube, then they would expand that. So now we have unlimited. So we've put up 2 hours. Well, the water master meeting
Oh, yeah.
about the adjudication for water
Yeah.
here in the valley, which went on a court case for 17 years. And now, finally, Rob Paris chairing has brought it to where now it's gonna work. That meeting went on 2 hours in the Lancaster chambers, city council chambers,
And you're probably the only one that recorded it.
and we were.
Yeah.
But it's important, and there were 4 meetings prior to that formation. We did those, and a guy called me up and said, we're gonna use your YouTube in your article in our pleading with the judge. So our stuff was included in the pleading with Judge Comar, which is a great compliment,
Yeah.
because the judge, we pay him to figure it all out, and if he can look and see what's happening in the meeting,
And you helped him.
and we helped him, so we felt good about that.
You wanted me to ask about legaldesk.com. It's part of Joyce Media?
It is, all 3 of our newspapers, in print and online, are adjudicated, which means the Superior Court said, these people are reliable, you can publish legal notices there. So the county, the state, the federal people can all publish legal notices, and new people starting business have to file what's called a fictitious business name statement.
Kind of pricey sometimes.
Well, there's a lot to it because we have to publish it more than once. We have to publish it successively for 4 weeks. And then we have to provide an affidavit to the court. So there's more behind the scenes stuff, but getting a paper adjudicated is a milestone. And early on, we got all 3 adjudicated for Kern County and LA County.
Wow.
Yeah, so happy about that.
John Joyce of Joyce Media, the Rosamond News, Acton, Agua Dulce, Lake LA. How do people get a hold of you?
JJ at joycemediainc.com. How's that?
That's wonderful.
I know.
That's how I finally got you the cell phone. That's just a cover, isn't it?
Yeah,
Everybody's got to have one.
right. Well, we get so much stuff.
Hey, guess what? I have a goodie for you. I have an AV Nice wristband because nice people in the Antelope Valley, nice stories, nice businesses, nice newspapers.
Ah.
You're AV Nice. Thank you, John Joyce.
Thanks for the invitation, Chris.
You bet.